Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Yesterday our discussion was very simple and market exactly followed like how we predicted. What we discussed is if market opens flat or small gap down and breaks this recent swing point, then we can see this target. And more precise entry would be if market breaks this particular demand, whichever we marked in 30 minutes time frame, saying like this can be a demand, this can act as a demand. And in 5 minutes time frame, if I go back, so once the market broke that particular demand, one second, once market broke this demand, we can clearly plan a put position. And I told also there is a gap which needs to be filled. So this gap can be made as a target. This is one entry. Okay. Second entry is I told this gap can act as your demand. And if we get positive reaction from here, we can see a rally to the upside. Both these entries I gave. I also told you need to trade only when your setup aligns. Today's setup aligned perfectly for two trades, one on the downward direction, one on the upward direction. What could be the target on the upward direction? 100 points, nothing else. On the downward direction, if you see the entry point somewhere around 23 270 ish, what is the target? 23 170 ish. 100 points captured here, 100 points captured here. Two trades not even needed to take. If you take one trade out of these two trades, saying like this is my entry, this is my SL, this is my target, if you have that clarity, that is more than enough. That is how you should plan your trades. Anyways, I hope yesterday you had watched that video and you made good profits today. I hope you had a good profitable day. Let's go to little bit higher time frame. I will clear all these charts for time being and we can start a fresh analysis. Okay, so what we see from a day's perspective is market tried to go down, right? And market has filled this gap. Again, if I draw you a box from this particular gap which we had, market has filled this gap and it has gave an immense rally to the upward direction. So in order for us to validate that this is a proper demand, what we would like to see is a push to the upside, a retracement, and a push to the upside. This is what we like to see. So how far can the market go? There is again a gap which is sitting here. Okay, this is going to be our first target on the upward direction. See, this is huge, meaning this is sitting somewhere close to 24,000. That is 600 points rally can be easily obtained if market cooperates that. Okay, so how can we plan our trades? We need to wait in the market. Okay, so how if market opens flat tomorrow and market just keeps on pushing this, and once it breaks 23,550, okay, and on a small pullback, I am interested to take the market minimum to minimum targeting 23,730, this swing point as a first target. Okay, if I wanted to see a little bit extended target, I can see that there is a small to small imbalance which is left out here. So this imbalance can be filled out by the market. Since the downward gap is being filled, the upward imbalance would be targeted by the market to be filled. So an extended target of 23,850 can be easily reached by the market. This is for the upward direction. I'll just go down to 30 minutes time frame and plan this trade little bit effectively. Okay, so what we can see here is we have this gap which is, see, yesterday market closed somewhere here. Okay, and today market opened the gap down and it started moving down and it did not fill this gap completely. So effective to effectively from 30 minutes time frame, what we can say is if market breaks 23,530 ish itself, or to be more precise 560 on the upward direction, on pullbacks I'm interested to take the market higher. Okay, what about market opening slightly gap up? If market opens gap up, then there are high chances that market can come down a little bit, retest today's high or even today's closing, and once we get positive reaction like this, then we can take the market higher. Okay, I am not discussing much on the downward direction. Reason being, market has shown a good momentum today. Whatever momentum it had in the first half was completely negated by the market. It is more like a V-shaped recovery which the market has done. If this recovery continues on the upward direction, this is what I wanted to see, and I wanted to go along with the trend. I don't want to go against the trend. Okay. Tomorrow is Sensex expiry. If Sensex cooperates along with Nifty, just open Sensex chart also in parallel with respect to Nifty's chart. If Sensex is showing good momentum in the candles that are being printed, then we can expect a rally from Nifty also. If market opens gap down, okay, somewhere close to this particular place, I can remove this box now that it has been retested by the market, but there is a small gap which has been left by the market, and this gap can be again acting as your confirmed demand, meaning if market opens somewhere close to here and gives a positive reaction like this, even then I am interested to take the market higher. All these scenarios I am interested to take the market higher. I am only interested in put if 23,150 is being broken with a proper 30 minutes closure. Only then I am interested in put. The chances of this happening are very slim. I hope this video is educative. Thank you so much for watching. We'll meet in the next education video.